Welcome back to B.L.Y. Boogie down like your feet are on fire. And the only way to put them out is with dancing. The nightclub is finished, everyone! When we left off last episode, all we had in this spot was this dance floor and a giant pit surrounding it. It was really ugly. And frankly, I feel guilty about that. I am so sorry. But I think this should make up for it. Just look at this place. I went with a darker, moodier ambiance and atmosphere for this interior. This is, after all, a bit of an underground nightclub, a secret nightclub. Though it's not all that secret now that I'm realizing there's this giant window here where everyone can see in. But still, it's the kind of fancy nightclub where you can only get in if you're like super famous. Let me show you what we got going on here. You step through a shady back alley entryway and enter into the top level of the nightclub. Proceeding ahead, you make it to a balcony overlooking the dance floor. Wrapping around to the other side, we'll follow that down to the second floor. How magical is this? All those allays flying around. But starting nearest to us on this side of the room, the first thing we come to is this machine. And this one right next to it. I should mention these two sitting side by side because they both turn the dance floor on and off when there is no music playing. There's another machine in this room that will turn the dance floor on and off and turn the music on and off at the same time. Yeah. This place is like a finely tuned timepiece. I've never placed so much redstone in my life. There is a whole bunch of stuff going on behind these walls for BubLimeYo standards. And starting with these first two machines that we come to, I spent hours trying to work out exactly how to build this machine. And you know what I came to? A lever and a button. I couldn't do it. I couldn't figure out any other way to fit the functionality in such a tight space here. This lever, you flick it on and the dance floor turns on indefinitely and you flick it off when you want it to stop. And over here, this button, you turn it on and the dance floor will run for exactly the right amount of time. Of course, the button powers the hopper clock that we added to the cow-powered redstone beneath the dance floor. If you watched last episode, you'll remember that. Well, I pushed the limits of my redstone creativity. I tried to come up with a more savvy way to control these two redstone lines, but I just settled on a lever and a button. So moving on, here's the bar. Isn't that nice? No redstone here, just pure decoration. This is a little idea for some bar stools, and this area is where you step up to order from the bar. I wonder what that is they're brewing today. And moving on, this is something important that we'll get to in a moment, but right over here is the main attraction. After we completed the B tower, I told you all that the next thing I wanted to do would be something with allays. Well, before you now is an allay-powered jukebox. And this is how it works. So right here is the actual jukebox where you put in your disc. You put it into this jukebox and it begins to play, except not from this jukebox. It goes into the system, it goes back behind there somewhere, and then it gets spit out into the allay tank. Allay will pick up the disc, fling it at the note block, which sends it along into the system, and then it begins to play. But not only does the music begin, the dance floor starts to light up. And when the music stops, the dance floor stops. Notice this torch here? It lit up whenever the music started playing, and it's telling us that there's still a disc loaded into the system. So whenever you're ready to unload the jukebox and prime it for the next tune, you just hit this button. And let's say you're listening to a song and dancing on the dance floor and you're ready for the music and the lights to stop. You can hit this button at any time and it turns all of it off. And every music disc that we feed into the jukebox will make its way back to this barrel. And this is where we're going to keep our discography now. This is my disc collection so far, and some of these discs are not so vanilla. They can only be found in the city of Dakara. And you want to know what's on these discs? It's the music that you can hear in the B.L.Y. series. Yeah, I took the background music from the episodes of B.L.Y. and I converted them into custom music discs. And the music on these discs are my own property, of course. I made these songs for the B.L.Y series. There's this one that we've heard several times, and it's dedicated to this place, the dog park. And we did have a dog walker here. Their name was Leash, but they've gone missing. I still need to replace them. And another one, Little Red Schoolhouse. It's named after this building. And if you've watched even one episode of B.L.Y already, you will remember this one. It's the theme song of B.L.Y, simply titled BubLimeYo. We haven't yet gotten a look at the outside of the nightclub. Most of Dakara goes for a certain type of realism, or even fantasy realism, but for this build, the nightclub, I wanted to try something a little more futuristic. Not like Star Trek futuristic, something dark and futuristic. And I don't think anything else can get the job done like these coal blocks can. A lot of coal blocks put together looks like a blob. But here it seems to work because of these big windows. They provide all of this empty space between the coal blocks, and that helps you to see what the shape of the building is. And on the back side, well, we really didn't make a backside to the nightclub. We made the front side of these other buildings. This one is a corner shop, a record store, and I'm practicing using rails to build. I really don't use them enough. And right next to it is a little cafe bistro, but these buildings are fake buildings. They're not real. You can't use them. They're just facades stuck on the back of the nightclub. But isn't this more fun, walking down the street, passing shop fronts and restaurants, and seeing colorfulness and liveliness? Guess what, you guys? It's the 10th episode of B.L.Y. 10 already. 10 is a wonderful age. When I was 10, my favorite food was pancakes. We don't have pancakes in the game, but we have this. But we can't eat that, so scratch that. Let's celebrate with this. And how about another tune? This one is Brimming. Pop it in right there. Any moment now. There it is. 10 whole episodes already. Each one of them has been a joy, an absolute joy and pleasure to make. I hope you've enjoyed them, and please, I love your feedback, so leave it in the comments. Let me know what you think of the series so far. And now we're in the power station, but the music didn't stop. Do you like that little edit that I made right there? Let's continue. What is on the agenda for B.L.Y today? Right now in the city of Dakara, we've got lots of things going on, loads of options to choose from for things to do. In the northern section of the city, we just completed the B Tower, but the area around it is still rather empty, so we could go and work up there, the new ultra-modern section of Dakara. Then there's the entertainment district where we just were, where we finished up the nightclub, where we built the cow-powered disco in the last episode. Lots of building to do there still. And then there's the marina district, the poor forgotten marina district that we haven't visited in several episodes. We are overcome with things to do. I'm having trouble making up my mind. I don't know what I want to do today. Okay, I've had some time to think, and I can explain why I have all of these buckets of fish. I went on a road trip, not in the game, an IRL road trip. It was short but sweet, and I saw lots of amazing things, and my favorite thing that I saw along the way was a fish hatchery. The name explains exactly what this place is. It's a spot where fish hatch eggs with assistance from human friends. I guess in the wild, a fish has to find a safe place away from predators and dangers to lay their eggs. But here at a fish hatchery, they have a convenient place where they can come in from the river and park themselves and lay their eggs, and the babies will be hatched, and then the humans will make sure that the babies are safe until they grow up and are able to swim back out to the ocean again. What kind of fish are we talking about? Well, really, we're mostly talking about these guys, salmon. That was the kind of fish that they hosted the most at this fish hatchery, but they had all kinds of other fish too. And I got to see teeny tiny little baby hatchlings. I got to see grown-up babies. I got to see full-grown adults. I saw a fish that was like 7 feet long. So a fish hatchery, it turns out, is a really cool place to visit and a really inspiring place. I knew before my visit was even over that I was going to want to recreate a fish hatchery, my own fish hatchery, for the city of Dakara. I don't know exactly how this is going to contribute to any of the neighborhoods that I mentioned previously. You know, I guess you could put it in the Marina District because it's an aquatic themed build, but the Marina District is too fancy for a smelly old fish hatchery, and really the hatchery needs to be on the river side of the city because the fish swim from the ocean upriver to lay their eggs. They don't lay their eggs right on the coast. So this is where I leave you guys for a moment. I'm going to go hunt a location for the fish hatchery and be back with you in a moment. I've found a location and I've made some progress. So this is essentially what a fish hatchery is a series of ponds, fish ponds. And at the hatchery that I recently visited, they had the ponds separating the fish by species. So we'll have a pond for salmon, and a pond for cod, a pond for tropical fish, etc., etc. Even though those 3 types of fish wouldn't really mix in the same place in real life, we're gonna mix them up here because this is Minecraft. And we don't have fish eggs in the game or fish babies, really, but we do have turtle eggs, so it'll be nice to have some of that. Now let me take you over here. Next to the industrial grid of ponds where the business of hatching the hatchlings was done, this fish hatchery had some natural ponds, man-made, but natural style ponds where they kept adults at the hatchery in a recreated natural environment. So we're going to add in some ponds over here that are more organic with some greenery and rocks and things. More of a standard fish pond and not these fish ponds over here that are all square and rectangular. Now tell me how you think this looks. I think it's pretty nice having the 2 styles of ponds next to each other, and it gives you a reason to walk around the grounds. I've laid this path to walk around and view the activities going on at the fish hatchery. Yeah, I think this is a neat little feature to the city of Dakara. Nice. All right, let's head back to the power station and clean up our inventory. We're headed to the power station, but I'm stopping by the nightclub on the way. I forgot this disc, the last one, pulse machine. Here we go into the power station. Hello, Eddie. You have another note. I assume it's from the mayor. Yes, it's from the mayor. What does Mayor T want with BubLimeYo today? All right, I've got to put my stuff away first. Dear Mayor, Your Excellency, how can I be of service to you and to my city? Oh, great, another message. Thank you. I will happily do whatever this says. I am thrilled to perform my duty. See my scientists at the Dakara Laboratories. Oh, what kind of goose chase? Mysterious signals and a mysterious exchange. And you guys are sure that this is meant for me? Well, I guess there's no one else in Dakara with a record collection. Check this out. I'm in the Dakara Laboratories, yes, and these are the esteemed scientists of the Dakara Laboratories, and apparently they've dug up this box, and inside was a note and this disc called Mysterious Signals and a Mysterious Exchange. I haven't listened to it yet. We're going to listen to it in a moment, but I'm a little scared to listen to it, honestly. But yeah, the box had a note inside as well. And on that note, give this to the one who is restoring my city. Very mysterious, I will say. What do y'all think's on this disc? What do you think's going to happen if I listen to it? I'm freaking out here. So, do you guys have a jukebox? I take that as a no. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, you know, this might explode when I put it in the jukebox. I don't know what's gonna happen. This could be the last time I speak to you. I just want to say my final words. Like, comment, subscribe. Okay. doesn't sound like much yet. It is ooky spooky though. Oh, look at the allays. They're dancing. That makes me feel a little safer. I'm wondering why this is called mysterious signals and a mysterious exchange. What are the signals? And what's the exchange? And why the two together? What makes them mysterious? Is it some kind of message? Is it supposed to be a message for me? The scientists at the lab seem to think that it's a message for me. It came with the note, give this to the one restoring my city. I guess that would be me. Yeah, I'm afraid that would be me. But what is the message that this person or this thing is trying to send me? Is it a peaceful message? Or is it not so peaceful? Who even are they? Is it a person? Is it one person? Is it a group of people? Could it be someone living in the city already? Could it be one of my villagers? What if it's all of them? What if it's a secret plot? What if the mayor is conspiring to run me out of the city and take control of the restoration process? Am I gonna get fired again? What would I do then? Where would I go? And is it a coincidence that this disc shows up as soon as I build my nightclub and my jukebox? Yeah, that's an excellent idea that I think could work, but when am I gonna find the time out of building the city of Dakar to gather 1,000 shulker boxes of rotten flesh? Anyways, I'm going to have to think on this disc dilemma on my own time. You guys have been amazing, and thanks again for 10 amazing episodes of B.L.Y. To my subscribers and followers of this series, followers of the channel, thank you for your support. You are the reason I keep making these episodes. Now, if you enjoyed the episode, leave a like on the video. I surely appreciate it. And if you haven't yet done it, consider subscribing. It is free and it helps me so much. Next time you see me in the city of Dakara, we will be working more in the entertainment district. So, with that, I will see you in the next one.